love some game time decisions. All right, for me, the best bet of the day is going to be the over 8 in the Orioles and the Astros. This is an alternate line. It's a little juicy at minus 155, but you can either do over 9 at minus 105 or, over 8.5 at minus 130. I don't see the point. I'll take the conservative approach because that one run can mean a big difference in baseball. But let's look at these two teams and why I like the over here. Number one, let's start by looking at the offenses in Major League Baseball over the past month. Guess who has the best and the second best batting average of any team in baseball? That would be the Houston Astros at 1 and the Baltimore Orioles at number 2. These two offenses are peaking right now, and over the course of the season, two of the best offenses in all of baseball. Then you look at the starting pitcher matchup. You have two back of the rotation guys that are going for both of these clubs. Kyle Gibson for the Orioles has given up at least 3 runs in 6 of his last 7. Hunter Brown for the Astros, over his last 7 starts, an ERA of 6.38. Also just faced the Orioles back in August and gave up a 5 spot. So even if we don't get a ton of runs from these starters, you can still count on these offenses to pick up the pace in the second half, because that's what we saw in last night's game. Despite both starters having great starts, John Means only gave up 1, Justin Verlander only gave up 3. That game ended 8-7 because the home run is definitely a threat for both of these teams. So I'm going to hit the over 8 between the Orioles and the Astros for minus 155.
Let's bring him in. Let's talk to Runline Jenkins.
Runline Jenkins is back. It's been a long time since I've been on this show, and that's because the court system in East Baton Rouge Parish isn't too kind to a man who's been divorced 6 times and has 17 kids. Now, every now and then, if the night is right, and a man needs to be a man, and a woman needs to be a woman, I might sweet-talk a lady onto my used mattress, tell her about my run-line bets, see where the evening takes us. Now, people say to me, run line, why don't you bet on the money line or total? And I say, you sound like my third wife, Delilah, always dragging me down. I tell you what raises me up, the good Lord, Jesus, and a run line winner.
Ryan Feltner taking on Blake Snell. Rockies at the Padres. I'm going Padres run line. Minus 120. Here's the deal. Padres have won 9 out of Blake Snell's last 10 starts. And in all 9 of those wins, guess what? They've covered the run line. Ryan Feltner, ERA of 5.40 on the road. San Diego has won 5 straight, longest winning streak of the season. They've scored 34 runs in their last 4 games. Padres run line. Minus 120. I would take Oregon here. And listen, this is a letdown spot for Colorado. I know you're saying, what are you talking about? Colorado State is a big rivalry. There's a reason why Colorado State came in there and played well. Also, Travis Hunter out. I don't know. It feels like Oregon wants to make a statement here. I think they do. And Texas Tech is probably the second best team in the Big 12. So I understand they struggled in that spot, but that was a good win. Tech is better than you think. I would lay it with the Ducks, but I will stay away.
I always do this every week on social media, so I figured, why not do it on the show? I have a show, and it's about sports betting, so it felt like the perfect place to discuss one of my favorite bets to make each and every week in the National Football League. I call it Who Ruins My Teaser, because I do a teaser every week in the NFL. And let me start off by laying the groundwork. I am not a fan of teasers with the exception of the NFL. I think this is the one place where teasers make sense. The lines are the sharpest, the points come at a premium in the NFL, and there's not like a huge talent disparity that we see sometimes in college football. So I don't do teasers much, but I do in the NFL. Jenks, do you think teasers are worth playing in any other sport? Not sport, but any other level, I guess you would say? Because I've always been told never to play teasers in college football.
I think your best value is on the NFL because it's more consistent. So I understand the idea of not playing teasers in college football. But I like doing it, though. So I think your advice is correct. There's a lot more variables in college football. We've already seen that after 3 weeks. My Lord. Teams are all over the place. Big 12 is really terrible this year. That's crazy to me. But regardless, you are correct. I will do it just for my own entertainment, satisfaction, what have you. But the lines are always just a little bit sharper. There's less variance. So if you're going to play a teaser, National Football League's the way to go.
Yeah, exactly. And there are certain spots to look for this. And I have also been taught never to tease through zero, which my husband continues to do this. And I tell him, sweetie, I can't let you do this. It is embarrassing for me. And if you tell anybody that you're teasing through zero, tell them that I told you not to. Because, like, don't put that on my street cred. Because you shouldn't tease through zero. Because think about, like, these lines with short spreads. The goal of teasers is to go through as many key numbers as possible. So the best ones are usually, the lines are when you're getting a point and a half, and you can bump it up to like 7. Because what we're talking about is 6-point teasers. If you're lost in the woods right now and you're thinking, what the hell is a teaser? What you do is you get 6 points from the book. You've got to combine at least 2 of these to make like a little parlay, and that's how you do it. So let's look at some of these candidates for me, because today the candidates in week 3 of the NFL, number 1, I'm going to go with the Raiders +7 over the Steelers. This line is 1. We've got the Steelers on the road here, and they're laying a point against the Raiders. Yeah, I'll take the 7. You go through the key numbers of 3, 6, and 7, where at least you get a push at 7. I think Raiders are candidate number 1 for my teaser. Next up, we're going to go to the Rams, getting 7.5 over the Bengals. This is a short spread, and we know the Bengals are dealing with some injury concerns with Joe Burrow. I think the Rams are good enough to at least keep it close. And plus, one thing we saw in the last game for the Rams, Sean McVay, I feel like, is aware of the spread. He had this amazing backdoor cover against the Niners that Niners bettors everywhere were probably shaking their fists at the TV. But he's a man that is aware of the spread, so I think they can keep it within 7.5. And then finally, I'm going to take the Saints +8 at the Packers. Maybe the Packers win this game. It's a short spread, but still, I'm not sure if the Packers are worthy to blow out the Saints just yet. So I got Raiders +7, Rams +7.5, Saints +8. Jenks, who ruins my teaser?
I would say the Saints. I say the Saints are going to ruin your teaser. I'm not sold. I'm not sold on them at all. What have I seen from them thus far, Chelsa? Nothing.
They've won 2 games.
Yes, they're a bad 2-0 team. They're a bad 2-0 team. They
showed me nothing.
They've shown me nothing. Okay, yes, but also all of that is relative. Okay, they beat the Titans, right? Needed a field goal at the end of that game. Ryan Tannehill gifted them with 3 interceptions. Then they go to a bad Carolina spot last night and beat a Panthers team that is got a rookie quarterback that is not good, which is rebuilding itself, and they barely win that game. Once again, the offense has a chance to maybe do something, come together after signing Derek Carr. They don't do it. They barely squeeze it out. I'm not convinced that the Saints are very good at all just yet.
Well, they're getting 8 points. That's built into the handicap. Like, I know the Saints are good. I'm not.
But if you're asking me who's going to ruin it, I know why you're teasing it. I'm just saying, if you're giving me a choice as to which team will ruin this, I think it's New Orleans.